The Child Witness Center started as a result of sex offenders who were receiving very low and lenient sentences. So they wanted to hold sex offenders and those who had hurt and harmed children and youth in our community. They wanted to hold them accountable and make sure that children's voices were heard at the end of the day.
The Child Witness program works with kids up to the age of 18 who have been involved either as a victim or a witness of some type of crime. We deal with all kinds of different kinds of cases. A lot of the cases that we deal with are sexual assault in nature, but we also deal with cases that are family violence, domestic violence, physical abuse, even such things as peer violence and homicide. So we work with those families and we provide information and support and advocacy throughout the criminal justice process. So the criminal court system is a very cold and adversarial system, and so we are there to support them as they go through this court process.
The Child and Youth Advocacy program is part of a collaboration within the Child and Youth Advocacy Center. So we work with Waterloo Region Police and Family and Children's Services, providing services to families who have children who may be victims or witnesses of a crime. If you think about, like, if you were an adult and you were going through the investigative process and sitting down and talking to the police and how scary that would be as an adult, well, you multiply that by like 10 or even 100 for a child who's been taught that only criminals talk to police, and now they're coming in to share their story as a victim. So by sitting down and kind of making them feel okay with that process, I think that's the difference we make, is we make it okay for kids to come in and share what happened and to tell their story, and in a situation that is very scary.
Often the day or days of court can be incredibly high stress, high anxiety days. And so it's really key that we are there, trained professionals, trauma informed, able to provide very tailored, specific services for our clients, whatever they need on that day. It is services that is unlike any other. We are there to support them through some of their darkest days sometimes. Days of court are incredibly awful for some families, and we are there to provide whatever support that we can, and that's what we take home at the end of the day. That's why we do this job as caseworkers, is because we know that we're making a little bit of a difference, however small.
The Child Witness Center is a very small organization. We have 16 staff. 80% of our funding comes directly from our community. So people that care enough to donate and support the work that we do. Quite literally, our donors keep our doors open. And they're supporting not just children today, as we take them to court and support them through testimony or support them through that investigation. They're helping, I would say, the futures of children, because we know when children get that support, when they critically need it, their futures are better and brighter. And our donors are not just helping today for those children that are experiencing trauma as a result of abuse or crime, they're helping to ensure that those children have better futures.
I like to walk with the families through this process so they feel hopeful and they know that they can move on from this, and that this thing that happened isn't who their child is, it's just part of their child's experience.